Welcome to the Everyday CPA channel, helping small business owners and families better manage their businesses and their families. This program will help you learn and adopt strategies and tactics on business and family accounting and budgeting, credit management and improvement, and ways to build and grow savings to help you compete, win, and succeed, and hopefully live a happier, healthier life. Hello. One of the great things about being in the tax and accounting business is, believe it or not, you get to meet some fascinating, interesting people. One of these such people is a woman that's a guest today who is as wonderful on the inside as she is on the outside. She's a terrific person I've known for years. Her native language is Spanish, and she's just a terrific person. And so I'm not really sure what we're going to talk about. She helps the Hispanic community with financial literacy, but I just wanted to get her on and have a conversation about what she's doing, how she's doing it. And I think you're just going to enjoy this very, very beautiful person inside and out.
Hi, Kelly. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. ¿Te hablo en español o en inglés?
Well, Azucena, I think today we should try English.
Okay, we'll keep it in English today.
As much as I'd love to speak Spanish with you, but I don't want to lose my audience here, okay?
No. Let's do English today. I'll make sure to brush off the Spanish because, but let me apologize in advance. At times, my Spanish does come through, and then I'll be throwing some words in Spanish, or I'll be reaching out for your help. So, let's do this. It's such a wonderful experience to be here with you, Kelly. Any opportunity that I get to be around you, pick your brain, learn, I love it. So thank you. It's such a privilege for me to be on here with you today.
Thank you, Azucena. I feel the same way about you. I mean, I've known you for many years, and I just love the way you, I've been at a couple conferences where you speak, and you're just delightful. Your clients love you, and you just bring great energy and commitment to your business. And I can really feel the passion that you have for what you're doing. But rather than me explain what you do in my boring voice, why don't you tell the group, the listeners, what you do in the area of financial literacy, especially related to the Hispanic community?
Absolutely. And, again, thank you so much for this opportunity. Financial literacy is not something that we get taught in schools, unfortunately. And I'm really focused on our immigrant families, our Hispanic families, especially because we have a bit more of a challenge when it comes to financial concepts and understanding how to build wealth and understanding, the right concepts that can take us to live a comfortable life, to live a good life. When you were introducing your program, I'm listening to, how you treat your clients and how you work with small businesses. And that was the reason why we connected with you. This is the reason why my husband and I, and our financial organization, why we work with you as your clients, right? Because we absolutely understand that feeling of helping me understand so that I can get to a better place. Unfortunately, as a society, we don't get taught to learn. We don't get taught to understand financial concepts. So for me, it's been such a great journey. I'm a journalist. I'm a reporter. I've been a news anchor for the Spanish TV stations for over 20 years. But from 7 years and on, my husband and I have been building our own financial agency. in different services so that we can reach out to families just like ours that work very hard, that understand, how we can, better our lives, but we just don't know how to. We don't know who to go to. So we feel very privileged to have somebody like you on our side so that we can understand business, so we can understand taxes, so we can understand accounting. The same thing we do for our families when it comes to their personal finances, understanding, how to get rid of their debts or how to handle their debts, understanding how to manage their money, how to prepare for their kids' college or their university, how to prepare for retirement, things that normally don't get taught in our schools, or conversations that we typically don't have at home. I used to think that it was just Hispanics, but the more I'm in this business, the more I'm in this industry, I understand that it's a cultural thing and it's in general a society thing. So that's the reason why we do what we do. And,
Right.
we love to reach out to families that may not have had any experience with their finances, and we can actually help them to understand so they can give that little step, in building wealth.
Right. Now, you mentioned you were a TV journalist. When you reached out to me years ago, first of all, I was always having problems whether your name was with Azucena or Azucena, right? It
Yes.
took me years to try to get that correct. But I have to confess, I did look you up. And when you first came in, I thought, well, who is this? I mean, because we met over internet, and I looked and I saw, oh my God, she's a real bona fide TV celebrity you're in California, right?
Yes, in Los Angeles. I was very lucky to do 20-year career with NBC and Telemundo out of Los Angeles, but I worked internationally with our different stations, whether it be in Miami or Puerto Rico. I covered a lot of the main events around the world, whether it be, a catastrophe or whether it be the Olympics. I was in Beijing for the 2008 Olympics, just covered presidential debates, presidential races, everything that a journalist does in the reporting side of it, and also behind the news anchor.
Well, you're the much better looking version of Geraldo Rivera, then, right?
Oh, okay, yes, I like to think so.
So you didn't even you weren't focusing on business reporting, really. So how did you kind of transition? How and why did you transition to kind of I don't know, kind of some would say dull and boring world of financial services, right?
That is correct. Yes.
How did you do that?
I always get that. Really, you went from, traveling the world and doing all this fun and exciting things to move on to boring financial concepts. But, as a journalist, as a reporter, I grew to understand that I always wanted to be a bridge from, not knowing something to take you into understanding something. I always wanted to see somebody be better because of the story that I did that evening in the newscast, or the information that we brought to you that would have somehow impacted your life, right?
Right.
So about a little bit over 7 years ago, my husband and I had our businesses that we were trying to run aside from being in entertainment and communications. He was always on the side of sports. He ran the sports shows. He was the director of different sports programs, and I always did the news area of it. And, when we started doing our businesses, we lost a lot of money. We made a lot of mistakes because even though we didn't, we always wanted to be independent and have our own businesses, we didn't have much knowledge. So we made a lot of mistakes. We lost a lot of money. And on our personal finances, we weren't doing that great either. We didn't have, even though we had a financial advisor, that financial advisor was only managing our financial vehicles. They never really taught us what we needed to know about understanding how to manage our own money, how to understand taxes, how to understand rate of returns, how to understand how really is my money working for me. And along those things, also my husband's parents and my parents came to retirement. And that's when it really hit us, that we noticed that even though we could have, because we didn't have the right education and the right information and the right guidance, we never helped them prepare for their retirement. So now that they're retired, my husband and I are part of their retirement. We are their fund, right? The Social Security that they receive is so little. And we don't have many options for them anymore because we didn't prepare correctly. So that really hit me like a ton of bricks. I said, wait a minute, if somebody like me that is in constant communication with, different stories every day, that is constantly looking into information, how come I didn't know this? And how come I didn't prepare correctly for my parents' retirements? How come we keep making so many mistakes within our financial situation? That's when I said, you know what, we got to do something about it. And, we were very fortunate to walk into a platform like World Financial Group, which is the platform that we work with. And we were able to understand how money works to begin with. And from then on, we had the opportunity to build our own business within the financial industry, which is what we do now. And I just saw that we could make a difference in so many lives. We could, I always say, if I can help a family have more options than my parents did when they retired, then I would have done my job, and I always wanted to impact people's lives. And I feel like this way, not only do I impact our lives by having our own business, by, trying to build our own financial independence, but we also are able to help other families reach their financial goals. And that has been really life-changing for me, just
Right.
impacting people's lives.
I've seen you give a couple talks before, and it occurred to me, I think the last one in Minnesota was where you had this ability. I'm thinking of the kind of nexus between your previous life in journalism and this life. Journalism, you kind of had to take a big story and distill it down into a 2-minute soundbite, right?
Yes.
You didn't have time to give a 60-minute, 2-hour presentation. You had to give the core essence of this. And it occurred to me that was probably pretty good discipline to take the complex world of financial services and savings and wealth management. And, you had this good ability to, when you gave your talk in Minnesota, that you communicated to common people, not, you don't come across as the smartest woman in the room, the most attractive woman in the room, but you don't want to come across as the smartest one that offends people. So you're very, very approachable. And but I do think, Azucena, you better give a plug for your husband Jorge, because he's a key part of your business here.
He is, absolutely. And he's the reason why I fell in love with this industry. He's the one that started it all. He's the one that had the enough sense to say, you know what, we're making mistakes, we gotta make these changes. And once we've taken care of our own finances and we get ourselves in order, then we can help so many more people. So absolutely, my husband, he's my right hand, and he's the lefty, so I'm his left hand, right, in business. So
Right.
we complement each other. He's a very smart person. He's the brains in the family, but I do have that ability to connect with people. And
yeah, you do.
I never intend to be the smartest person in the room, and I will never be the smartest person in the room, but I can outdo anybody in passion, and I could outdo anybody in in just the skills of connecting, because I think when you connect with a person, you are being sincere and you truly want to help that person out. And because we lived through it, it's just sharing my experience and sharing the experiences around me that I saw for over 20 years in our community with hardworking people that end up retiring poor because they don't know how to manage their money, or they don't know how to put their money to work for them. So that's what I share. That's what I share with people, and I truly connect in a way of making a change. And that's basically what I want people to understand, that if you dedicate time and you look for the right people to be around you and guide you correctly, then you can reach any financial goal that you choose to. And that's why my husband and I reached out to you. So You know,
Yeah.
we always feel like in good hands because we're with you.
Well, I would say that you may not want to be the smartest person in the room, but you certainly are one of the sweetest people in the room, and I really do enjoy you. You know, when I gave a talk at one of your conferences, I had mentioned you, or somebody had asked me what are the key things, and I think I had said, technically competent, and good ethics, good quality ethics. But the third, which is almost as important, it's an enjoyable person
Yes.
to work with. And I can't emphasize that enough. And if the audience of this show hasn't picked up on the notion that Azucena is one of the most enjoyable people I've ever worked with, you're not watching, right? So I want to thank you again, Azucena, for joining. I wish you the best of luck, and we'll be in contact. I know we still have to get some tax work done for you, but we'll take care of that. And thank you again for joining. I appreciate it.
No, thank you, Kelly, for this opportunity, and thank you for what you do, and thank you for putting, together a program like this one, and all the different resources that you bring to us, business owners, that you bring to us as a business community, because it's needed. That honesty that you talk about, that competence that you talk about, and definitely enjoying the people that you work with. I want it's not easy to talk about finances. It's not easy or enjoyable, to talk numbers and having to deal with a IRS or with your accounting. But it certainly makes a difference that you like the person that you're working with and that you trust them. And that's key. So thank you
for that. Azucena, how would people get a hold of you if they like you and they want to do business with you or just talk to you? What would you suggest?
They can reach me on any of my social media, which is Azucena Gomez. So you'll be able to put it on there as Azucena Gomez News in Instagram, Azucena Gomez in Facebook, or you can also reach me through our website, it's in Spanish. So get ready. Here comes your test. It's empoderandofamilias.org, which is empowering families, only in Spanish. Empoderandofamilias.org. You can contact us through there. And, we also have a lot of really cool tools that you can use on that website. And definitely, whatever is in Spanish, I can translate it. I'm pretty bilingual.
I love the way you say your name. Will you say it one more time? It sounds like poetry.
Azucena.
I love it.
I remember I said, you can call me Susie, Kelly. Remember when we first met? I was like, you can call me Susie. It's like, oh no, I'm going to make the effort. I like Azucena, so I'm going to leave it. And I love it. You're the only one that always calls me Azucena, so I appreciate you.
Do people really call you Susie?
Yes.
No. Oh my God.
Yeah,
forget it. No, Azucena. It's a beautiful name for a beautiful person. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Well, that's it. Azucena Gomez. I think there's nothing more I can say. I could only botch it up. She's a wonderful person, very smart, very capable, honest. If you're in the Hispanic community and you need help, if you're too much in the Hispanic community, you probably can't understand what I'm saying. But even if you're not, she'll help you. Azucena Gomez, thank you very much for listening. Welcome to the Everyday CPA channel, helping small business owners and families better manage their businesses and their families. This program will help you learn and adopt the strategies and tactics on business and family accounting and budgeting, credit management and improvement, and ways to build and grow savings to help you compete, win, and succeed, and hopefully live a happier, healthier life.